everybody, Daryl here from TheLooseJoints, and today I'm doing for you the Iron Man 2 figures, Iron Man Mark III, and War Machine, the comic book series. Now I know we're all excited for the movie, but I just was able to get a hold of these figures, and I'm pretty impressed with them. At the same time, they could have been made better. First off, I'll show you what it comes with. It comes with these cards, which are pretty cool actually. It has two translucent cards and one card that is flat. So you put the transparent cards over and you make Iron Man. And they just fit in right here. He doesn't have a nameplate down here or anything, but I think the card does a good enough job representing who is supposed to go on which stand. Same with a War Machine. So you got the body, you get the legs, and you get the arms and head. And it comes with all this other stuff, which I didn't take enough time to read up on and see what they're for, but I could care less. Let's start off with Iron Man. Save the best for last, because we all know we are hyped for Iron Man 2 because we are hyped for War Machine. Anyways, Iron Man here comes with this very strange backpack thing. It's really big and bulky, and it doesn't really do much for the figure, but at least it gives him something, because if he came alone like this, it would be pretty plain. Articulation wise, it's pretty similar actually to the Iron Man 1 figures. The head goes 360 up and down a little bit. 360 at the arm, in and out a little bit. It's really hindered by this shoulder pad though. One point at the elbow, oops, and it swivels at the wrist. And yes, exchangeable hands, but he didn't come with any other hands, even though they are exchangeable. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Torso has a pretty good bend, and 360 at that point also. Legs do go forward, back, in and out, but it's on this ball joint that's really tight, which is the opposite of his waist, which is really loose. And it really does require some breaking in to do these standard ball joints. He does have the 2 points at the knee, which is really good, and I'm pretty sure he has something at the foot, but I can't really feel for it right now. At the most, it probably just goes forward and back. And that's pretty much it for Iron Man. Oh wait, I forgot all about this silly gimmick. He does get this big chest armor thing piece, which really doesn't do much for it, because it further hinders his arm articulation. And not only that, it tends to rise up a little bit, so he's like a little turtle popping out, and it doesn't work too good for him. He does have this one thing that I really thought was cool, where these gold panels flip out, and so I thought that was really good and really cool. But then when I figured out that I flipped him out, and was quite disappointed actually. There's a bit of red tint here from the paint, I guess. I'm not sure, but it's kind of pinkish looking. It's really silver here, but my biggest complaint about this gimmick is that it's really flimsy, rubbery plastic. I would have really liked it to be, you know, a solid piece of plastic, but instead they made it this really flimsy, rubbery thing that, you know, makes me feel that it was just, you know, thrown in there for the heck of it, and they could care less for this guy. They stand pretty well, but of course with the stand, they stand even better. Now let's get on to War Machine. War Machine actually does have a lot more articulation. He has his guns, which go forward and back for retracting, and they both, this one's on a ball joint and the other one's on a swivel, and they do go 360 as well. He also comes with these things which pop off, which is, you know, gunfire and launching missiles, which is really cool as well. I really like that. His shoulder pads go up, so his arm articulation isn't hindered. They go forward, back, in and out. His head does do 360. Never mind. It can, but it's hindered by his little shoulder things. And of course, you're going to pose him like this too, so his head won't do much for you there anyways. He does have a little thing here at the chest. It looks like he has articulation, but it's awkward because it doesn't do anything at all. It moves a little bit just because it's a little loose when they put it together, but other than that, it doesn't do anything. 1 point bends at the elbow, and yes, rotating wrists. He has the same ball joint at the hip so forward, back, in and out, and a double bend at the knee, as well as a little bit of foot articulation. Yes, I feel it this one. Alright, and yeah, of course of the two, War Machine is a lot better. One, it being the comic series, so it's pretty, it really is War Machine to a T. Quite. And that just looks badass. And because it's, of course, War Machine. Details are pretty good on them, but you can see how they suffer. Like some scratches Iron Man here has a lot of missing paint, like what I said with the tinted pinkish silver up here. It just feels like, I don't know. It feels like they did this a rush job. It was just too obvious that it's a complete, mass-produced figures. I mean, don't get me wrong, they look really good. I mean, especially War Machine. His paint apps in his armor is just, I feel like they're flawless. They can always do better, but they're really good for, what they are. Definitely, the War Machine is the must get in this series so far. I guess Iron Man to go with it. And I'm pretty sure they will go really well with your Marvel Universe figures. Other than that, they pretty much come with all you really need. I'm not too disappointed. I just wish that the quality was a little bit better, especially with this Iron Man. Really loose joint at the chest, and which I don't really expect paint apps, and you gotta break in his Hasbro joints and stuff like that. War Machine is just fine. I really don't have problems with War Machine at all. That's pretty much it. But for their retail price, at least from the Marvel Universe figures, they're giving you some sort of gimmick. They're giving you a stand, and they're giving you these cards, which shows off to be a pretty good stand. It's a pretty good display. I really like it. I say you could pick them up. I think they're pretty worth the $7 retail price they've put on them. I got mine at Toys R Us, and there you have it, guys. Iron Man 2 figures, Iron Man, and War Machine. And I say pick them up. Later, guys.